So to some degree, really boil it down, Ripple's competing with the liquidity of Citi and the messaging of Swift, but in one, because we're both messaging and liquidity. And at the end of the day, again, as I described, Swift was developed 50 plus years ago. It architecturally hasn't really changed. It does remain slow.
Pairing precisely for a mainstream billion plus user. Maybe it'll come from the crypto space. It might not. It might come from central governments needing to onboard billions of people into a payment system. And
from this new technology, what problem is it trying to solve? How can the existing system adapt, even radically adapt, in order to provide it? In parallel, be all over the technology and expect that it's going to innovate, particularly if it's brought into the regulatory net.
The thing is with cryptocurrency, and what we need to protect you from, is that we can't currently regulate it and therefore predict its behavior and therefore accurately know when and how we should invest in it and therefore increase our own profits.
Enjoy the ride, pal.
If you got some bags, welcome to the party, welcome back to some more. Moon o'clock news, no breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra. Bullishness, shout out to the latest sub, appreciate you stopping by, stuffing some bags. Go ahead, throw on those moon suits, and those pilot shades, buckle up, because the future's extra. Bullish, let's go full speed, full throttle. Into the cryptoverse. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today at 1.08 trillion, down about 3.7% in the past 24 hours. We got XRP in the number 6 spot, right around 39 cents, down about 3.4 in the past hour. Stellar XLM right around 89 cents, down about 2.5% in the past hour. We got BTC 22K, ETH right around 16 hundo. We got Flare Networks in the number 98 spot, right at around 4 cents. And we got Songbird here right around a penny, down 1.2 in the past hour. Scoop, SEC Gov sources tell me to be prepared for a potentially big announcement tomorrow, which is today. Could have something to do with Kraken FX settlement following a closed meeting at 2 p.m. because settlement terms have industry ramifications. SEC closed meeting, February 9th, 2023, 2 p.m. Eastern, Sunshine Act. Notice. John Deaton, through his Twitter account, reported that the SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce has acknowledged that her colleagues at the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, were misleading with regard to the Howey test for XRP. The SEC doesn't go transaction by transaction and argues that XRP embodies or represents both common enterprise and expectation of profits prongs of the Howey test. Hester Peirce admitted that her colleagues at the SEC perform a shorthand analysis and focus on the token itself instead of the circumstances surrounding the offering and the sale of the token, an example of the contract, transaction, or scheme. This is all the show, XRP, hidden in plain sight. Insights from the 2023 World Economic Forum, Big Brad Garland House. Wait for it.
Let's go there. Is Swift a competitor? Is Swift something that in a future scenario you would see working with? And what about transfers that happen through platforms like a Revolut or a WeChat?
Yeah. So Ripple decided earlier on that we wanted to be at kind of the infrastructure layer, and there's a whole bunch of strategic issues associated with that. One of them, quite frankly, is that if you work with regulated endpoints, that's where all the regulatory frameworks apply. KYC, know your customer, AML, anti-money laundering, all the acronyms. If you work just with regulated endpoints, they're making sure that that is the case. Companies like WeChat have to do that regulatory work themselves. Now, Swift is kind of a competitor. It's slightly more complicated than that because Swift is really just messaging. When you send a Swift transfer, it's not liquidity. You're actually sending bank messages to banks that have liquidity. So to some degree, Citibank and HSBC, really the top two, JPM, those are the top three liquidity banks.
What do you think is going to be the thing that they will have to change the most or lose market share and somebody else is going to do better, faster, serve their clients better than JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs?
You can just hear the bankers panicking right now.
And when you're sending Swift messages, you're sending messages to banks to release liquidity and making sure the debits and credits match. So to some degree, really boil it down, Ripple's competing with the liquidity of Citi and the messaging of Swift, but in one, because we're both messaging and liquidity. And at the end of the day, again, as I described, Swift was developed 50 plus years ago. It architecturally hasn't really changed. It does remain slow. It remains, days. It does remain, relatively speaking, expensive. And actually, interestingly, it's quite error prone. And part of that is just, it's a one-way messaging protocol. So if I fat finger Tassos, and again, as I described, Swift was developed 50 plus years ago. It architecturally hasn't really changed. It does remain slow. It remains, days. It does remain, relatively speaking, expensive. And actually, interestingly, it's quite error prone. And part of that is just, it's a one-way messaging protocol. So if I fat finger Tassos and I put one S instead of two in the middle, I guess you have three S's, but that will bounce back. They'll say, no, that account name doesn't match that person. That's an error. Now, if you use modern technology, you would get a real time, you're typing in Tassos an account number, you get a real time, okay, does that account match? Oh, I mistyped, I fat fingered that name. So that the efficiency, we see, instead of a 6% error rate as reported for Swift, you see 10 bips of error, so 99.9% effective. So we think these are better technologies that can be applied broadly to the vast majority of, frankly, all of the banking system by selling it as a wholesaler, if you will. And therefore, if we don't compete with the WeChats, WeChat could be a customer of ours.
All roads lead to the bridge. You know what's coming. I know what's coming. They can't stop it. Just in, U.S. banking giant BNY Mellon says cryptocurrency is here to stay. Meanwhile, we're hearing rumors that the SEC would like to get rid of crypto staking in the U.S. for retail customers. Hope that's not the case. I believe it would be a terrible path for the U.S. if it wasn't allowed to happen. It is increasingly obvious that there is a coordinated effort among government agencies to destroy cryptocurrencies in the U.S. The question is whether those resources will wake up and fight before it's all over. Also, library.com says cryptocurrency really is dying in the US. The government's actually winning. If we die, but people wake up in time to change this, it's still a win. 801 XRP, we got MIT founder. A lot of us at MIT are hardcore Bitcoin developers.
Can I just add on? I love this point. Couldn't agree more. I think this binary also of decentralized versus centralized is really ridiculous, especially when it comes to history of technology evolution. A lot of us at MIT really are hardcore, Bitcoin developers when we employ the lead maintainer. And yet we've learned that centralized central bank digital currency could actually be quite a useful on-ramp. Perhaps. Where else are we going to figure out how to do public-private key pairing precisely for a mainstream billion-plus user? And maybe it'll come from the crypto space. It might not. It might come from central governments needing to onboard billions of people into a payment system. And so recognizing that actually it is about understanding that we're re-architecting the core pieces of the financial system and picking them apart and redesigning them and putting them back together. And that's what's exciting, not whether it's blockchain or whether it's decentralized or this kind of silly categories.
Yeah, well, let's double click on that. When we're talking about onboarding, not just the next couple thousands or millions of users, but the next billion, right, users into crypto. What we really need to think about, I think, is the emerging Web3.
Billions of people still yet to come into the crypto space. Pump our bags up. Are you ready for the ISO 222 to go live for cross-border payments and reporting CBPR Plus starting in March 2023? Bags packed. Also, get ready for a future with both traditional and central bank digital currencies. Our groundbreaking experiments pave the way for seamless integration and interoperability. All roads lead to the interoperable one, XRP. 2018, Mark Carney on distributed ledger technologies.
There's been a kind of standard conclusion, which is, don't look necessarily at Bitcoin, but the distributed ledger technology, that is interesting. That's something we're looking at. You said you've pursued it a bit. You're not sure it's ready yet. Is that one of those things that we sort of exaggerate the importance in the short run and then really miss the importance in the long run, that it's just going to be a 10, 20-year thing that transforms the financial system?
I think that's, you have to keep open that possibility without question. And so part of what I was saying there and part of our attitude is always think about the end user. Think about the person in the pub or the business managing their supply chain. What are they trying to get from this new technology? Or what problem is it trying to solve? How can the existing system adapt, even radically adapt, in order to provide it? In parallel, be all over the technology and expect that it's going to innovate, particularly if it's brought into the regulatory net, because the standards all of a sudden go way up and it has to innovate, and be aware that it can be moved. Now,
10 years, 20 years, it could be.
It's tough to say. It's also possible that it won't achieve that level. And I think one of the things that I would distinguish between the currencies, and this isn't universally true. I obviously won't name individual ones, but most currencies don't actually, there's nothing proprietary about the underlying, the technology will move beyond them. So if you own the currency, you don't really own the underlying application, if you follow.
First, we had the Internet of Information. Now, welcome to the new standard, the Internet of Value, running on the XRP ledger. What is the fair market value of XRP? Evolutionary biologist Dr. Dion Bags built a data model to explore this question using a very sophisticated approach. Pipeline flow model looks at XRP as a dynamic system, analogous to water moving through a set of pipes. The water is the value that flows through the system, money and assets exchanged between parties in the financial system. The pipes are the payment rails within the system, the underlying technology that moves the value, the XRP ledger. The amount of pipes is the supply of XRP used to exchange value. We got the total global assets, daily USD transaction volume, ratio global asset traded daily, XRP circulating supply, XRP traded daily, ratio of XRP traded daily, total number of seconds, price per XRP, 3,541 plus. Finally, someone explains it like it is, why regulators want to protect investors from crypto, why they want those bags back.
If you're so worried about it, don't fucking invest in it. The thing is with cryptocurrency, and what we need to protect you from, is that we can't currently regulate it and therefore predict its behavior and therefore accurately know when and how we should invest in it and therefore increase our own profits. You can see that would be a problem for us. We've got to protect you. We've got to protect you from us ever being poor and therefore beholden to you for money. And that would mean, I guess, we'd have to do what you wanted instead of what we wanted. And you can see why we'd want to protect you from that.
They don't want you with those generational utility bags, XRP, hidden in plain sight. We got Ripple decoders have hope. When will XRP reach the price valuation of 1,000 per? XRP will reach 1K in 2023. Also, what price valuation will XRP be on the last day of 2023? The last day of 2023 will be a historic moment for the crypto world. XRP will reach the price of 10K. People will be amazed of how much XRP will be worth. AI says I got my Bobway ChatGPT simple XRP valuation. I'm here because I agree with these people that left fancy jobs to join Ripple. I'm assuming XRP gets 10% of the global cross-border payment market. $30 is not so crazy. Several people left fancy jobs to join Ripple because if we capture even a minor fraction of the international payment markets, do you know the value of XRP we'll need to have to support that? Do the math. Really, really big trade number. 1 billion XRP equals 1K, 2K, 3K. All the money. Get ready for XRP, the transformation of wealth. We got BPM Wallet rewards, update, lockup, tracker, total lockups, 387, total BPM locked up, 127 million. Don't forget, remain in full custody, cancel at any time. You can add more BPM at any time and add or upgrade a BPM Revelers to unlock higher rewards, bpmrewards.io. Sentiment feed, one of the underrated themes of 2023 has been the increase of stablecoins borrowing rates from longing traders. Our latest insight covers WBTC borrowing shifts, how this reflects trader sentiment, and how borrowing foreshadows price movements. Dark Defender XRP has exactly followed our below pattern white color for 4 days. We set this pattern and pointed out that the 9th of February and today the time will be up. 42 is the key. EGRAC Crypto XRP 10 and 100 MA update refer back to posts from the 14th of September 2022. March 27th and December 18th, 2023 are extremely important dates from a chart point of view. Fib Circle 0.786 was a major resistant box A, but after that, a historical pump happened. Right now, XRP is on the verge of something big. BTC bounced out to 22.4K support. This is the HTF 236 fib level. I believe that the drop was wave 3 of C, and we are now in the final wave 4. Wave 4 has a target of 22,770, which has already been hit. As long as we stay under this fib, Bitcoin should come down to lower targets. Shout out to XRP Studios. XRP Studios launching on the XRPL testnet next Monday, 13th of February. To celebrate, they're giving away 600 XRP to 3 lucky winners, 200 XRP each. To participate, make sure to follow XRP Studios, peer assist, like and retweet, tag 3 friends. Winners announced the 12th of February. Links will be down below. With that being said, you better have that XRP, those cryptocurrency bags, offline in your own self-custody wallet. Throw it on the most and easiest and safe hardware wallet, the Descent wallet, best wallet for XRP, XDC, XLM, Flare, Songbird, VeChain. Where will you be when those big bags of liquidity are finally unlocked? We'll catch you up here at the tippy top. I am the XRP Bagman, the Moon Commander, currently up here on the mothership, stuffing some bags and enjoying the show. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in, smashing those likes for some more Moon O'Clock news. Hope y'all continue to stay extra bullish out there. Continue holding those good vibes. Remember to sell the FUD, buy up that bag, and don't forget to spread that liquid love. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to drop a subscribe, drop a comment down below. All the OG diamond hands out there, drop a comment down below, drop an elbow on that like button. We'll catch you up here, top floor, on the mothership for the moon party. BYOB, be your own bank. Peace out, crypto ghost.
It's the XRP army. We all heard the calling. You didn't hear it, no, not sorry. We on an island, please don't call me. It's the XRP army. We all heard the calling. You didn't hear it, no, not sorry. We on an island, please don't call me. The greatest coin ever created, the XRP army, and we all gon' make it. We don't hear no haters, adios, see you later.